Hi guys, welcome back to the Big Sew Along. I'm Ginny, and as always, I thank you very much for choosing to spend a little time with me. Let me start this week by saying I have been fighting a cold all week long, so I am not 100%. I apologize if I look a little pasty and sound a little nasally. I'm definitely on the mend, but just not 100%. I still wanted to do this video this week though because I was really excited to share a couple of things with you guys. Let's see, a few weeks ago, right around the time I did my inspiration video, my last inspiration video, so maybe 2 weeks ago, I got an email from Krista Larson, and I was perusing through it, and I was looking at all the other, like, the things on her website that I hadn't looked at for a while, and I was really, really inspired by a bunch of them. So I wanted to try to recreate a couple of these things. The first one I really wanted to make was, I think it's called, I'm going to look at my pictures here, sorry. I think it's called a pinwheel slip. Or pinwheel dress, maybe. Here's a picture of it here. She has it in a variety of different colors and also in 2 different lengths, I think. The longer version and the shorter version. And I thought this would be really cool to make in just a bunch of different fabrics to wear, well, really all year long. But I was really thinking about like spring to wear under like a cute little sweater or under a shirt, something like that. The next thing I was really taken with was these jeans. And you guys that watch me on a regular basis know that I don't really wear jeans. It's just not my thing. But sorry guys, of course now that I'm trying to record this, I'm going to have a coughing fit. I don't usually wear jeans, it's just not my thing. However, I really love the look of these jeans. The distressing doesn't really bother me, but I wouldn't bother to distress my jeans at all. But I thought I could recreate something like this. I like the drawstring waist, I like the slightly narrower leg at the bottom. Yeah, I really like this pant. The third thing I really liked was this shirt. And again, she has a, I can't remember what this one's called, but she has this in a couple of different, she has a variety of fabrics and a couple of different styles, like different colors, and I'm trying to think what the other variations are. Some of them have like a, have that handkerchief hem on them. Anyways, so those were my 3 things that I really wanted to try to recreate. I started with the pants, which turned out to be pretty lucky because I felt like this was a really good success, like right off the bat. I used the Elbe Textiles Fremantle pants. And if you guys have the Fremantle pants from Elbe Textiles, you may remember that there are actually 2 versions. There was one, the original version had a little more ease in the, like all around, I think mostly in the hips and the waist. And then they redrafted it and sent out a new version which is got less ease in it. So the one I usually make is the new one with less ease. But because this pant has like a fair amount of ease in it, I thought I would use the older version. I used, I can't remember where I got this denim, you guys. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I don't know where I got it. But this is my pants. I used my regular size, which in that pattern is an E, a size E. And these aren't super baggy, but because I was using regular denim, I didn't want them to be too baggy because I didn't want them to be too bulky and stiff. I'm pretty happy with these. I really like the way they fit and they're super comfortable. I've worn them several times already. The only thing that isn't great is the drawstring in denim is a little stiff, but it'll ease up once I've worn it for a while. So that's what I started with. Those are the pants, and I was pretty geeked about those because I feel like I got those right on the first try, which gave me a false sense of confidence because then my next thing was to do this pinwheel slip dress thing. And I started by using my Michelle tank pattern from Jalie Patterns. I've used this before for another dress, my pink party dress, like last fall. In this, I think I use a size, their sizing is weird too. I think it's a V, like Victor. I didn't do anything to the top of this. For the skirt, I originally thought I would just do a circle skirt, but then, and attach it to the bottom. But then I came across this Zandra Rhodes pattern, which is Vogue 1551. I'll put a picture up here for you. Instead of a circle to make this skirt, they essentially make an oblong opening. And so that's what I did. I used that pattern piece and just made sure it fit my top. And I used that, and you can see in the picture here that that makes the front and the back hang on the straight of grain, and then all of the volume is on the sides. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's exactly right for the Krista Larson dress. Also, since this was my first try and I had no idea if it would work, I decided to go with the most expensive fabric in my stash, which is a silk shantung I haven't had for a while, and just dig right in. Not unhappy about this, but it's not exactly right, and I'll tell you why. First of all, this is a tank, and I really feel like for this to look the way it does on the way Krista Larson says, it needs to be more of a camisole. Also, I didn't do anything to the size of this, so the top actually fits me, which is fine, except that the Krista Larson one has a tie that pulls around to the back or to the front, however you want to do it. And I really liked that. And I didn't have enough room to pull this back, so there was no point in putting a tie in it. Also, this one in this picture is not hemmed yet. I also felt like I cut the top a little bit short. Like the Krista Larson one looks like it's actually got a little bit of a dropped waist, not a high waist. So this one is this is probably at my true waist. It needs to be maybe an inch or two longer than that. Okay, so that was number one. Then I tried again, and this time I went with a fabric that was not outrageously expensive. This is just a cotton gingham that I got off of eBay a long time ago. Not gingham, sorry, cotton seersucker. For this top, I used the singlet from the Birgitta Helmerson Zero Waste Sewing book, and I cut it bigger than I normally would. So I think I went up like 2 sizes. And you can see this picture, it's actually a little bit too long. And I'll show you a picture from the back, or from the side. You can see the back is really gaping. So that was way too big. Like just the part that goes across the back was too big. Although it works, the ties, I had plenty of room for the ties. And this time I cut the skirt as a circle, which I definitely liked better. I also like that this was a camisole, like with that actual camisole strap, especially because this is going to be worn either under or over something always. So I felt like I was getting closer. For the third try, I used the Sussex Seamstress, what is that called? The Brighton Cami from the Sussex Seamstress. And according to her pattern, my measurements would have taken a size 14. So I cut one size up. I cut a size 16. And I made it. And then I tried it on, and I marked my high hip. And then I cut the top so that it was even at the high hip. And then I actually used the Zandra Rhodes skirt method again, because this one is made from 2 different tablecloths. They're just like those little like card tablecloths, I guess. And they're like vintage that I got from a house sale or something. So I used one for the top, and then the other one I used for the skirt, but I didn't want to cut off too much length, so I didn't want to cut a circle. So I did the Zandra Rhodes method again. I love, love, love this slip. I think it came out really well. You can see that the sides are still pretty short, and that's because it's just like a small little tablecloth. They didn't have that much to work with. But I really love the way this came out. Going up one size did give me plenty of room to use ties on the back. I feel like marking it at the high hip was right. I like where that hit me. The only thing I don't like is I really would have preferred the circle skirt, but I just didn't have enough fabric for that. So now I know, moving forward, I will do, when I do this again, I'll use the Brighton cami as I have it, and I'll do the skirt in a circle. Now let's move on to the shirt. The shirt was a little bit trickier for me because this shirt has a banded collar, and it has regular like shirt sleeve cuffs, shirt waist cuffs, regular tailored shirt cuffs, but it has a grown on front band, which I really like. So I don't have a ton of shirt patterns. I found this Jonson one in my stash, and I think it's just called the swing shirt. It is not exactly right. It doesn't have cuffs, and it doesn't have a banded collar, but it is like a swingy shirt, so I thought maybe as a starting point that would work. So I cut my regular size medium in this, and I didn't do, let me think. I think I lengthened this. No, this shirt was actually really long on me. I forgot. Jonson's patterns are always really long, for me anyway. So I didn't really do anything to this. All I did was add ties to the sides. This fabric here is it's almost like a gauzy weight. It's a little bit heavier than gauze, like maybe a voile. And also, it's been in my stash forever. It was inexpensive. This was really always going to be a muslin of some sort. So you can see here, I like this for the most part. It has nice deep armholes, which the Krista Larson one does. I feel like it needs a little more room in the front of the shirt. It ties nicely in the back. I like the way it looks from the back. I just feel like maybe it needs a little more volume in the front. And I really do want one with a banded collar and with cuffs. So I have a couple of other patterns I could try. I still have the Assembly Line, I think it's just called the oversized shirt or the big shirt. And I also have from Tropical Research, I have another one, and I'm not going to remember this one either. I think maybe it's the lazy shirt. I can't remember. Those are the two other shirt patterns that I have that I think could work. However, if anybody else has a suggestion for a shirt pattern that would work for this, let me know in the comments below. I would be really interested in hearing what you have to think about that. Also curious to know how you think I did with my copies. I feel like they came out pretty well. The pants are good. I will definitely do the pants again. Now that I have the slip down, I can definitely do that again. The shirt is really the only thing I'm still on the fence about. Okay, and because I am just not up to par, I'm going to call that my video for the week. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Until next week, I wish you all happy sewing.